Everybody, what's up? It's LK, the God of the FIYASquad. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. One, it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, just like me. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Gang. Hey, you know I've been recording this whole time.
Stop it.
This is good content.
This is great content.
All right, now what were you saying?
What were we talking about?
Well, I remember what I was about to say. This is the problem with what you were saying. With the deviants, because all I could think about when you mentioned the deviants was the accordion monsters that we saw in the movie. So I'm like,
all these niggas accordion monsters, bro.
Did they not look like accordion monsters?
That's funny as shit. I never heard this referred to.
They looked like they weren't even. I'm like, bruh, like, okay, Thanos is one of these motherfuckers, and they look like accordion monsters. But so they classified X-Men as deviants, correct?
Well, yeah, mutants is deviants because mutants are now like immortal, and like, you know, that's kind of the Eternals' turf of like, hey, we're supposed to be the immortal ones, and now that the mutants are on some paradise orgy, you know, mutant immortality shit.
Yeah.
And again, it's all bullshit because it's Druid basically being like, I won't be able to hold on to power for very long unless we have like a common enemy to unite against. Like every real politician does. Like, hey, my approval rating's slipping. We need a war. Mm-hmm. We need a war. So people be like, this guy, it's wartime. We got to put our faith in the leader now. And it's just like, oh, we just need somebody to war against. So
he was George Bush.
Yeah, he's just pulling the George Bush straight up.
Pulling the George Bush.
And then he pulled up, and he's collaborating with Moira McTaggart, who is now like an evil cyborg who hates the mutants, and she has all the secrets. So she's just like, yeah, here's how.
Does this version have powers like the last version?
She's just an evil robot now. And okay. She's like an evil cyborg, and she's just like, yeah, I know all the secrets though. So this is how you fuck up their council, their immortality. So they use the Unimind, that thing from the movie where the Eternals all combine their powers, and they attack all the psychics on Krakoa, and then they send like a hit squad of like assassins and shit, and like they just straight up attack Krakoa and like start fucking just slaughtering mutants left and right, and niggas are just like, what the fuck, bro? Can we just chill, bro? We got an island away from everything, and niggas is still just pulling up trying to kill us. So they're just like, because people forget, most of the mutants on Krakoa are just regular niggas, not X-Men, just regular mutants trying to live. So it's like, most people are non-combatant. So one of them situations, if you can wreck, it's time for you to wreck. If you got powers and if you about that life, I need you to defend Krakoa right now. So they just defend Krakoa. My man Egg gets killed, and that's important because he's a part of the Five. So basically, they went there on an assassination mission, one to take out the psychics, because even Druid knows, like, even though we're a psychic, species, and they might got us on the psychics. They got Jean Grey, they got Xavier, they got Emma Frost. We need to shut that down first, because psychics, there ain't going to be no sneak attacks when everybody can read our minds. So we're going to disable the psychics with the Unimind. We're going to send the assassins to go kill the Five. And if we kill the Five, then the mutants can't resurrect anymore. Because it's 5 niggas that they need to do resurrection.
Mind control people.
No, the niggas who do resurrection.
Oh, the actual people. Okay.
Gold Ball, say, or Egg, or whatever. And Hope and Tempest and all them. So they kill Egg. They slit his throat. Just fuck this guy. And they're almost going to kill Hope. And then Wolverine has a nice, pretty dope hero moment from Wolverine, who's like, yeah, I smelled Egg's blood. So, I sniffed it out and found, like, oh, this is what they're doing. Because, they're attacking other parts of the island, but their real thing was like, let's go make sure they can't resurrect themselves. We're going to take out their immortality. So Wolverine stops that. He saves Hope, even though Egg got his ass done out. But then they're just like, oh, luckily Egg made some eggs before he died. He makes backup eggs just in case this ever happened. Like, because he's the only one who can make the eggs. So it's
time out. So it's Does he lay the eggs? Is that a stupid question?
No. Well, he used to be a mutant called Gold Balls, and his power was he could shoot these little gold balls at you, and everyone's just like, well, this is pretty fucking stupid and pretty useless, and he's always kind of like a joke character. Like, you just shoot gold balls at people, but then the balls turned out to be eggs.
Hero, yeah.
And those are the eggs that they use for people hatch from Resurrection. So now he's like, he went from joke to like one of the most important people ever. So it's like, oh no, you're important as fuck. Like, protect him at all costs. So, like, his power went from, like, I'd slap you in the face with these gold balls to being like, no, like, I lay eggs that be used to resurrect people. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, you're really important now. So he got his throat slashed up, and then he's like, all right, he's dead. But he's like, I had some extra eggs, so, like, they didn't need me in the process to resurrect. So, like, I was able to be resurrected, and we good. If they would have killed Hope, might have been an issue. She's the most important person in that whole circuit because he combines all their powers together. So if we lose Hope, we actually might not be able to do Resurrection anymore because we might not be able to bring her back. So it's like, that's their whole thing. It's like, we actually got to kill Hope. We make sure we kill Hope, then we're done. The mutants are checkmated. But Wolverine was able to stop that. He took all the bullets and shit. Just, cool moment where he just took all the burning knives. He's taking them in the heart. Just, fuck it. Can't take her Hope, though.
Yeah.
And it's just like, cool moment for Wolverine. They save Hope, live to fight another day, but now they're in this endless war. So now you got to think about this war. Right. Even the humans are like, I'm kind of uncomfortable with this. So two immortal races are going to have this catastrophic war. Yeah, what's the point? Like, neither one could, like, they just die and come back. Like, what happened? They just took you out. I'm back, baby.
Well, the Eternals are robots, though, right?
They're not robots. That's an MCU thing. They're organic.
That's an MCU thing!
They are not robots.
Oh, shit!
They're, like, organic beings that get resurrected, similar to the mutants. The machine is Earth, and so it's like this high-tech technology that brings them back. But, like, they are not, like, robots. They're not made of gears and shit. Like, they're people. They're like...
That's the MCU thing.
That's the MCU thing that makes them more like robots.
See, when you don't know about these things, you be like, is this what they supposed... Because they like robots now.
Yeah, like, no. Like, they come back similar to robots. Like, the mechanism that brings them back is called the machine. So I see, like, why they kind of went to that. It's like the machine brings them back.
Bruh.
The machine that is Earth is what they call it. But like,
and that's a mistake that I think the movie had. like, you made these niggas robots. Why would I care about them if they're all
I didn't like that
robots? Like, what makes anybody special?
They are kind of cheap though. Like, and disposed. Like I said, they can be brought back. But then the secret of Karen Gillan's recent Eternals run is why it's so good. It's like, it's not free. Like, they're not just coming back. Like, they're just killing random people, and they didn't know that. So it's just like,
is this the same Karen Gillan that plays Nebula?
No.
Okay. I was about to say, what?
Yeah, he's a writer in Marvel. He's writing Eternals, and he's writing Immortal X-Men, and he's writing the Judgment Day event, which is why it's so good. Like, the same guy, it's all, like, connecting very well. And he's a great writer. Because Immortal X-Men's been a fantastic book so far. Just about the Quiet Council and about, like, the nature of the Quiet Council. A lot of the members have been alive for a long ass time, like Mr. Sinister and like Destiny and Mystique. They've been like super long lived, and the fact that they're immortal now and the implications of that.
Let me ask you this. I've been meaning to ask you this question. Sorry to cut you off. But when the X-Men relaunch in MCU continuity, and you had to pick a team of, like, let's say 5 X-Men that aren't the ones that, you know, the cookie cutter X-Men, you know, like the Jean Grey, Beast, fucking Cyclops, Nightcrawler, if you consider him like day one. No, it was Jean Grey, Cyclops, Beast.
The original?
Yeah, the original X-Men.
That's Angel, Beast.
Oh yeah, Angel.
Iceman.
Yeah. Iceman was there too.
Jean Grey and Cyclops.
So on the relaunch, could you pick 5 X-Men that would be a good linchpin to start the MCU X-Men? Mutants, if we're not going to say X-Men.
Yeah, I mean, I badly, like, everyone knows how much I love the Krakoa era. It's like my favorite era of X-Men ever. So it's like, I'm loving Krakoa right now. I don't think they have the balls to do it right now, especially after I hear the interview with the dude who's one of the producers of X-Men 97, who said they're not on board with doing Krakoa for the relaunch of the cartoon. He said they don't know.
They're just picking up what he stopped off at, though.
Yeah, and which is fine, I guess, but it's just like, I just want something more ambitious. Like, they've been doing Krakoa, the comics sell. It's such a big idea. The fact is, like, what is the implications of conquering death and, you know, having your own culture and having your own language and, like,
they're not there yet.
Yeah, it's like, those are such big ideas that Hickman introduced, and it's just like, And even that Karen Gillan is expanded upon, and Al Ewing and X-Men Red, where it's just like, these books are fantastic. Like, just exploring, like, what Hickman set up in House and Powers of X, which I feel like it's just a modern day classic book. Ten of Swords was a great event. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I love Krakoa. If I had to pick a team, it would probably be, I don't know, because like it's so many different choices you can go from. I like what they did for the first X-Men team from Krakoa with Synch and with Laura, Kenny Wolverine, and Rogue, and even Sunfire, and like then you got Scott and Jean.
Shit, bro! If we get a Rogue with actual powers, I mean, they would have to tie that in somehow. Like a Rogue with actual powers, though.
Like Rogue, like I don't know, man. There's so many great teams, and again, like I said, I love what they're going with Storm. Like Storm's getting some of the best Storm work we've gotten in a long time. She's the queen of the solar system now. She's queen of Mars. She's like, she leads this whole other culture, this warrior culture. She lives in two worlds now, where she has to be on the Council of Krakoa and still do Krakoa business, but also like you're the queen of Sol, the whole solar system. You have this warrior culture that you also have to run. That this a whole different. You and Magneto are the only ones that are like from Krakoa that are in Arakko, and again, like Arakko is getting some crazy development as well in Judgment Day. Because again, one of my favorite new characters introduced in the new era, Iska the Unbeaten, which is the most ridiculous power ever of like being unable to lose at anything. The Omega level power of being like, I can't lose. I can't. Even if like it's impossible. Like it's literally, I will have to betray people that I love to make sure I don't lose. It's like domino shit. I will be compelled.
He doesn't have more plot armor than Yu-Gi-Oh though.
She does. Like she, because again, like she'll just switch sides. Like it becomes like no, like I will be compelled to be a turncoat. Like if there's a war and the other side will inevitably win, I'll just be like, I love you, but I gotta kill you now. Like what do you mean? Like my power is going to compel. It doesn't matter what I want to do. Like, my power is going to make me murder all my friends and be like, yeah, bro, I got to be on the winning side of this. Where it's like, fuck. Which is why I love the loophole that where she got tricked in X-Men Red. Sunspot's like, when Magneto and Tarn were going to fight, and he was going to try to save Magneto's life, he's like, hey, don't you bet that Tarn's going to fucking win? Or something. And he's just like, fuck. And like, he made the reverse bet that like, like what she would want would make Magneto win. And it's just like, well, I'm going to make a bet where you're going to win all the time, right? So if I make a bet, it's going to change the probability of reality. And it's like to that level of like, she cannot lose. So when it's just like, hey, I heard like the Eternals are back up. They're about to attack us. We're going to come over to plan of attack. She's like, all right, bet. This is what we're going to do. Cuts off the head of somebody else on the council. It's like, shit. So that then everyone else thinks in their mind, like, if she just did that, we're going to fucking lose. Like, we're going to lose. Like, she wouldn't have did that if we were going to win. So we're like, come up with a battle plan. Who's we? Fuck. Dog. Oh, fuck. Like, that's the worst sign ever. When she just like, yeah, you know what? Who is we?
Locked you in a paradox.
Oh, shit. What? Nightcrawler's just like, I'm going to teleport her away and just take her off the board. Because, again, like...
That brings me to my point. I would like to see like a team like Rogue with Captain Marvel's powers, Nightcrawler, give Gambit his fucking due because he needs some due. Motherfucking, I know it's a shot in the dark, but Bishop, I feel like he'll be good on it. I mean,
Bishop's getting a little bit of development in Krakoa. Not as much as I stopped reading Marauders. I dropped some of the Krakoa books.
They kind of have the same power though.
Who?
Bishop and Gambit.
Not really. They don't have the same power. Bishop absorbs energy and can like recharge it and redirect it. And he's like got all the experience. Like I think like that's not even the most interesting part about Bishop or his biggest aspect. His biggest aspect is he's from the future. He's got all this knowledge of being a soldier from different timelines in the future, and like that's more of Bishop's thing. I feel like what he brings to the table because he's the captain commander now. I think he got the promotion in Inferno where. Stop reading Marauders. I'm not gonna fake that shit was mid as fuck. Like, I'm sorry.
And they kind of need a tank on a team. Who could be their tank?
Colossus. You can get Colossus.
Fuck, has he ever been good?
I mean, good. Colossus is cool.
So you consider him anti-hero?
Colossus?
Yes. Oh shit! I keep thinking of fucking.
Are you thinking about Juggernaut?
Yeah, I was thinking Juggernaut.
I mean, Juggernaut's he's on Krakoa right now, so I mean. not a mutant. So people always forget that Juggernaut is absolutely not a mutant. Like he's in no way
magic.
Yeah, he's powered by magic.
He's fucking magic. From a cave and weird place or whatever. What's nice here? Okay. All right, let's go. What is that you just put in there?
Some sour peel by resin cake batter from Evermore.
Okay.
Nova dab up some of his shit when he gets here, but I don't do another dab. These are my dabs will last me until Friday. This is a nice fancy collection that I've stashed up though. Lots of THCA, it's all rosin. This is the only thing that's not rosin and THCA in there. So this is a 90. Retail would be 9 times 4, 360. 360 worth of lot of rosin in there. Plus the THCA, so about $400 worth of melt in there. Plus this, 470, like $470 worth of rosin. Oh, it's another one. About $500 worth of rosin. $5 and some change. I'm not doing any more math.
It's alright, man.
I like rosin. It's worth it. Like I said, you do rosin, do some fucking cold cure live rosin out of a puff coat, and then hit a vape cart, and then come back and tell me like
vape cart's out the question.
Then tell me it's not worth it. Tell me it's not worth it. The extra money.
Vape carts, bruh. Let me tell you about vape carts. Let me gush for a little bit. Pause. But vape carts, I'm not gonna say all of them, but some of the vape carts is just like alcohol. Like, say you drink some strong ass alcohol, which alcohol, the point of alcohol is to hurt. A lot of vape carts taste like shit. Like, they taste like metal. You know how you see the commercials? They be like, stop vaping, you'll inhale toxic metals and lungs.
Like soda.
Like,
it's fucking terrible, bro.
Some of them Jones used to hurt, bro. Like,
people look at me like I'm so goddamn bougie at the dispensary, bro, because I tell them the real raps. Like, what vape carts do you like? Like, vape carts, my nigga? Like,
I'm not on vape carts.
It has to be an absolute emergency for me to be hitting a vape cart.
It's
like it has to be an absolute THC emergency.
That's almost some down bad ass shit. Yeah, like, they have a vape cart. Because for real, if you're in a situation where a vape cart is the last resort, you can still just dab.
I've discovered RSO. I can eat my weed and be high as fucking balls. Like, I don't
exactly
discreetly. So it's just like I mean, like, vape carts usually aren't a full spectrum. Like in Maryland, you can't really find any rosin carts or any like. I don't know, like I don't like the taste of metal. You said that before too. Like I can taste metal and all of those genres, even the good ones like the Arrow and shit like that. Like, I got the Arrow. Like, I'm super disappointed with my next two Arrows. I was like, probably the end of my relationship with Arrow because of this. Like, now I can just buy stuff like this and put it in here.
The proxy.
Take it everywhere the fucking Arrow Pro can go. So,
I've given up on vape carts. That's probably why I started dabbing. You know, because vape carts are so trash.
They are trash. I try to switch all the time in the store. Like, I keep it a buck.
I used 2 of these cords.
Yeah.
To try to hook the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try that.
Oh, we're gone. We're live, so unless you want to incriminate yourself.
Yeah, and generally.
This is the cold open, by the way. So let's take a dab first, because we're going to get into some really, really deep shit. What are we about to dab, Puffco? What are you puffing on today?
About to dab.
And why are you smiling so
much? I don't know what was going to happen. This isn't my dab, so this is blueberry muffin cured sugar from Kings and Queens.
Okay.
No numbers on it. I don't know nothing about it. About to try it for the first time.
Yes, please subscribe everywhere podcasts are available, where people listen to stuff with their ears, but also with their hearts. That was Puffco.
To look live. This man feels like He needs a glob. I know this is
he needs a glob. He needs a glob. It's been a day.
It's been a
time.
You guys don't even know about most of the day.
Hey man, I just know that the Earth is spinning faster.
Okay, but what does that mean? Did anybody should pull up any research about how much faster? Like, I mean,
is that new news? Like,
look, dude, like, are we about to all get flung off the planet or not?
Yeah, right.
I don't think so.
Then why is it?
News?
Well, okay, so I'm sure it has some later on implications of, okay, the friction in the atmosphere means it's heating up, which means the general temperature on the planet is heating up, which means...
Here's my thing. This planet has been around for millennia. Of course it's going to spin faster. Like, when shit improves, it's going to just move faster. Really, we shouldn't really care because it's just like something else for... white people to obsess over. Oh my God, the planet's going faster. We're all gonna die. No, we're not. You're still here. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I do think it's just another
another thing.
Something else. Something else important must be happening for that to be being brought.
Bruh, because if you really want to think about it, do you think time really exists? I don't fucking think so.
Well, define time. Like, how are you processing it?
How would you process it if you don't keep it?
Intervals of space.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you're going to cook something, are you just going to sit there and watch it until it's done? Or are you going to set a timer, which will let you know an increment amount of that space?
I'm not saying I'm not saying that it's not helpful. I'm just saying, does it exist?
Well, if we can track it, it should basically exist.
Really? Are we tracking it correctly, though?
Well, that's a whole different thing. Like, if you show me a ruler and then show me a whole set of rulers from different companies, they're going to be different lengths, bro. So, but it's going to be, on average, about what you're looking for. So, if we're looking to separate things by a second, or by a minute, or by a year, then we know this much time needs to prescribe.
Or even think about music. Music is all timing.
Yeah.
It's all math and timing. Like, we play this at this particular moment, and that makes it a song, you know?
So, Nova Guide, if you guys didn't know, we have the illustrious FIYASquad alumni, Phi Illuminati, Nova Guide in the music. Nova and Jova, Dab Daddy Don. Do a dab when he's doing a dab when you hear this. Do a dab when you hear this.
Do a dab when you hear this.
So, Nova, I have a question. Do you think if you had to amend the work week in any way, what would you do?
4 days, 9 hours.
4 days. See, I that is interesting you said that, because I went to a job interview and it was for Amazon, and I think they revolutionized the work week in a way, because they said, look, we work 40 hours, but you could get that 40 hours out in 4 days and the rest of the week is yours. And I was like, does that improve the work week or make it worse?
Now, I think it matters what the profession is. So if you're going to be standing in front of someone, you need to present yourself to someone, you need to sell someone something, a 10-hour day is not for you, because your proficiency is going to degrade over time and it's visible. Like, even with an hour break or whatever, your people are going to see different versions of you throughout that day. If you're just driving all day.
Yeah, this is an active job.
Yeah, you're driving all day. You're not interacting with people. People don't really see how you degrade during the day. I think it's a lot easier to manage. You could knock out 4 10-hour days easy. You could knock out 3 14-hour days. For real, if you were being honest. Work the fireman schedule. But it depends on what you're doing. The fireman, if in a good town where there aren't a lot of fires, aren't a lot of places they're getting called to actually actively work, they're not putting a lot of time. It's not actually a lot of effort. They're getting their, whatever they're getting, and sometimes it's not all that much work. Sometimes they got to save 3 kids and axe open the door. Like, it just depends. But it heavily depends on what you're doing.
I understand. Jizzle, thoughts? He's eating a chicken sandwich right now, everybody. It's a delicious chicken sandwich from Popeyes. Love that chicken at Popeyes.
Yeah, it better be good.
Oh, do you want to talk about the ordeal you went through?
Just a sidebar, Popeyes. If I could
the
point you in
ordeal.
the right direction in your Maryland districts. Just I don't know if you gotta hire more people or hire different people or hire something, because I shouldn't have been able to place my mobile order at 9:40 and pull up to the place and not get my food until 11:20. You see how that math doesn't math?
It's almost 2 hours. That's why
I absolutely asked for a refund, dude. Like, how does that compute? Like, I was beyond hungry. Like, yeah, I got the food, but like, good grief, man.
At what cost?
At what cost? Like, so many things transpired between that time. The food was barely even worth it by the end of it. I could have gone somewhere else. And at least salvaged some awkwardness. Some situational brevities, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
hockey. yeah. Use some observation hockey.
So,
you motherfucker.
Could have saved me some hassle there, Popeyes, but you didn't. And so, you're getting a negative 1-star review from Nova God himself, bro. Y'all failed that one.
All right. Back to the question. What was your question?
How would you amend the work week?
I agree with Donovan. Like I said, it needs to be shortened, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm more radical on the socialism scale, so like I think we need a general strike right now to like raise wages in the entire country and then break the corporate greed and the exploitation that's going on like in every field basically. But like after that, yeah, basically shorten the work week. That should be one of the demands after the strike, to be like 4 days a week. Come on, 9 10 hour days, whatever it takes. Even if you got to add an hour or two on the day. 2 off days is not enough. Not in our fucking economy. Our economy is producing more than it's ever produced. Our worker productivity and profits are all-time high. So it's no reason that people should be starving and not be able to afford rent. That's ridiculous. Like, the people generating those profits are the people at the bottom. Amazon doesn't exist without its drivers. Yeah. All these big multi-million-dollar food corporations, they don't exist without their workers making the food, without the ones delivering. Workers make this country go. So if workers just unite and we all have to strike, that's the problem with the general strike. Everyone has to be on the shit. Like, for a general strike, it's not like everyone has to be like, you have to not go to work, because it doesn't work if half the niggas go to work. Like, that fucks like
society still functions.
Barely, like, kind of, maybe.
Wobbling, but it made it, right? Cool.
Yeah, it only works if you shut the shit down. Yep. We need to do that. And the only way to do that, the only way these companies generate billions of dollars as profit is off your labor, the ones they're paying you minimum wage for. So stop until they can pay you more than minimum wage, because they can. I guarantee they can. The numbers, their shareholders are getting raises every year. They're just fucking rolling in dough. They got 6 yachts. Their fucking profits are crazy. But like all of a sudden, but for you, they're just like, we can't afford to raise it beyond 15, or we can't even get it to 15. What is the federal minimum wage is still $7.25.
Yeah,
that's fucking wild as fuck in 2022. Because 15 is a poverty wage. Yeah. Like, 15 is a poverty wage. You can't live on your own and sustain your own life or have, like, a family off 15. So, like, $7.25, my nigga, that is the federal minimum wage.
So, just mathing, you would have to have 2 jobs and you would still be in poverty.
You still be in utter poverty. You'd be making, like, $30,000 a year or something like that. Like,
ew.
Yeah, that's real.
Working 2 full-time jobs.
Ew. Oof, I remember those days. Whew. Yeah. All right, so we're going to shift gears here. Do you want to do another dab before we hit the next topic?
Oh, yeah, by all means. You want to do some...
What are we doing?
Do some... well, we just did some blueberry muffins. I don't know if you want to switch to rosin or if you want to do some diamonds real quick. Go up on the BHO scale.
Sure.
Okay. Daz Dillinger by SunMed.
Now it's time to get funky.
All medical patients, by the way.
Yours is broken up and not.
I had to break it.
Oh, okay.
I had to break it
manually. Okay,
yeah,
that's what I had to do for online. My Rosetta Stone was so annoying at the end. It's like I only have one. I don't want to do this whole rock. Like I had to get my fucking solid dab. So
remember, shouts to the wife. She bought me a new seahorse. I love it, and I might stop using my G6.
Yeah, I was about to say, you should probably just wait for Buffalo Plus.
No, it was only $50.
Yeah, but the Vision Plus is $80. You use your points on that or some shit.
Oh, you mean the Q8?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's not bad, but look, the only
I'm not using that shit no more.
Yeah, I was going to say, the only issue I had is that it's so messy.
Yeah, it's messy as fuck.
It's messy as shit.
How is it messy? Explain that to me. I've never seen it in action.
Okay, so where the Puffco has this area you drop the dab in, and then you can close the top.
Mm-hmm.
The mouthpiece is the same piece that you close the top on in the Q8.
Mm-hmm.
Visualize that. The mouthpiece is the piece.
So there's this magnetic.
So you close it and you like hit it like where it would be the
literally, yeah. Basically, the carb cap is your mouthpiece. So it's basically a shotgun to the face.
There's not a lot of room between you and your vapor.
No, not at all. You are getting instant action. You are getting.
You're in the game now. You're in the jungle now, baby.
There's zero taste loss. There's zero any loss whatsoever. You're probably inhaling some cannabis at that point, but also once you've inhaled, you slide that magnetic piece off because you want to clean it out and refill. But it's all over the lid. It's all over everything here. Yeah. You're not just cleaning the chamber like in a Puffco. You're cleaning this entire apparatus inside and out at this point.
I think some patients are complaining about that because they have one. They're just like, the cleaning is fuck no. Like, I hate it.
Yeah,
I can't explain it because, again, I don't have all these fucking Q8s and Lucas. And
I gotta bring it in. I'll bring it in and we can test drive it. But we'll be using it properly, so it won't be that bad. But I'll show you my gripes.
Yeah. It's a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare.
What color did you get?
What?
Of the Q8.
Everything I have to get is black.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Black, everything.
And the thing is, I didn't have a complaint about it except for that massive one.
Well, I really got the seahorse because I have a lot of containers with residue left over that I just kept them. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to throw these away, bro.
Jars, bro.
I'm like, I can't throw these away, so I have to clean these up because
Here's a pro tip from now on. Raw, shout out to Raw for showing me that on their Instagram. If you're buying like a batter or a sugar or a diamonds with sauciness in the end, pretty much anything except for shatter, because shatter's a little bit too sticky.
Viscous, yeah.
You grind up some weed, put that in the container, use the weed to wipe up all of your shit.
Just gonna stick to all the weed.
Put that in a J.
Yeah, and just smoke the J.
Smoke the J.
So pro tip, everybody.
Pro tip.
Pro tip, everybody.
Pro tip for y'all. So if you ever get to the end and even your Luca isn't lapping up the rest of the shit in your container, put some weed in. Grind some weed in there. Grind up about a gram. Go ahead and drop that in there. Wipe up everything.
All right.
Oh, I remember that.
Woo!
Full of terps. It was like every terp hitting you from every direction.
Christ, you Herculean bastard.
I was just telling Lily about that. She's like, how's it? It's like, it's 22% terp. It's like all this terp. I don't even know how it makes you feel. It makes you feel a little bit of everything. It's just hitting you from all directions. You send this on terps. Myrcene, limonene, caryophyllene. Oh, did I tell you about the lady? Were you there with the lady who wasted my time for 45 minutes because she was like, I need something with high myrcene in a cart. Okay. I'm looking. Yeah, I got, 3% in this. She was like, no, because someone gave me something with 14% myrcene in a cart. Like, no, you just got lied to. Like, I don't know. It's literally nothing. Can you keep looking? Like, I guarantee, I no. Because I can tell you, like, I know everything in the store. Like, nothing has 14% myrcene. Like, that's not a thing.
You know what's funny?
It's not a thing that exists in the market. Not in a cart. Not even in a concentrate. Like, the Dead Band 7 has, like, 6. That's the most in this whole fucking store, son.
The funny thing is, there is a lot of our listeners right now who have no
clue what I'm talking
about. We're talking about.
Lost them at Mercy.
I mean, you would have to. You'll find out in a couple months. Actually, you'll find out in a couple of months.
You'll find out in a couple of months.
That was just a cannabis industry rant.
They don't know, bro. It's okay.
14%.
All right, let's talk about some shit they do now.
Okay.
Everybody knows about the talking stage, right? How would you define the talking stage, Jizzle?
Me?
Yes.
You're just talking, man. Ain't nothing.
What does that mean?
You're literally just talking to somebody, exploring the options of what it could be, but like, there's no commitments made on either side. You're just you're in the negotiation stage of trying to figure out if you like each other, or what you want to do.
And I do find that, in this day and age, people have different designations and explanations and definitions of the talking stage and what the talking stage is and what dating actually is. Because the word dating always confuses me because I'm like, okay, we're dating? does that mean we're going out on dates or we're together? Like,
we're going out on dates.
You're definitely going out on dates, bare minimum, by definition.
And that's it.
I'd say that word is synonymous with that. You're probably smashing at that point.
Yeah,
like,
you're close to
that's
together.
Implied. That's implied. So,
dating implies a level of monogamy or assumed monogamy. Mm-hmm. Like, you should be working out your side joints at that point. Like, they should be like, okay, I'm working them down until maybe I only got one or two. And at that point, yeah, I feel like it's still free game because are you or are you not really in a relationship with them?
All right, here's some free. I'll just be honest. Like, a main joint sometimes. A main joint is sometimes one of your sides that got a promotion.
True.
You know, a longer contract deal. You know what I'm saying? Couple guaranteed M's in there. You know, some perks. But it does have some contract, you know, stipends in there. Like you got to perform a certain way, unless if you don't, you get a bonus. If you don't, you might get traded. So, Nova Prime. Mm-hmm. What are the rules to your talking stage?
To the talking stage?
Yes.
I think that's very, very early on. Mm-hmm. Because at the talking stage, kind of like CJ said, you're feeling each other out. You're trying to figure out what each other's about, what y'all do, how much time y'all actually have to invest into anything moving forward, what this can possibly be. Mm-hmm. Once you figure all of that out, and like after probably like the second date, like you've gone on 2 dates and you're still talking, I think that's when you kind of go into the dating phase, because otherwise you would have phased each other out.
Yeah, like dating the same person consistently. Like, we keep doing shit together over and over again. That's your dating. You're talking. That's what's like. Again, I feel like you're in the, like you said, the feeling out. Like, what are we trying to do? But there's still other people might be on the line at that point. But like, you're the main one. Like you said, it should be a phase out of like, I'm starting to hone in on you. Like, you're the one. There might be some other people and some chatter.
Well, that brings me to my next question. Like, for your talking stage, would you be okay with the person you're talking to also talking to other people at the same time?
I think that's an inevitability at this point.
Yeah, I think that should be expected, because like I'm talking to other people, like I can't put an expectation that you wouldn't be talking to other people.
So when does the exclusivity come in?
Hold on, before we even get to exclusivity.
Okay.
Let's talk about maybe we gotta dial it back, because I think there is a level of arrogance because of the we get bitches nature of this group. So we don't really suffer from the problem of, I've never ever really touched a woman before, so I think all of them, like, no, we don't have a generalized perspective on all women. We've, been around the block a few times.
That's true.
So now we're going to talk about exclusivity.
Okay.
When does that come into question? Has that been discussed?
Yeah,
okay.
That's the key. Like, that has to be, that's a conversation. Yeah, like, that's a negotiation.
Like,
said,
and it comes
it's a contract negotiation. It's like, we're going to be exclusive. Like,
but
that's a three-word question.
I have to fucking...
There are a lot of situations where that conversation is never had. It's just...
It's an issue. Niggas don't communicate.
Roll with
it. Niggas don't communicate. Niggas are usually loathing the day that three-word question pops up. What are we?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and women know that nowadays. That's not some elusive thing that, like, they're not going to ask. No, they're either going to ask because they have experience not asking. Or they don't ask.
Run it back. No, Turbo, run that back again. Come on. Hold on now.
Oh, did I just drop a bomb on you?
Hold on now. Let's go. What did you say?
Yeah, no. They're asking. Shit, what did I just say?
It was so prophetic. Yo.
Listen, we're just going to have to move on.
I'll listen to the playback, but that shit was hard. Nigga. He kept it real.
Look, point being.
No, they asked, what are we? Or they've experienced not asking, what are we?
Oh, yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
They've seen where that leads.
Yeah, no.
To niggas like me, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, niggas like me in a past life.
You couldn't live with your failures.
I don't want to. Not in the future.
Where did that bring you? Right back to me.
Yeah, no, like, I'm not gonna Thanos it over here. I'm not trying to be that person, but I of course have lived that life, and yeah, it's very easy. If you do not ask, we will not tell. Mm-hmm. And once you do ask, now we do have to look. Now those boundaries are starting. You gotta put a flashlight on it, and some people don't like those boundaries, and then some bad things happen because they want to maintain the relationship even though they don't appreciate each other's boundaries.
So, in your opinion, Jizzle, how many? Probably can't quantify that. It's all matters of the heart. You can't You shouldn't do that. I think we got to the bottom of it.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't ask me anything.
No, we have to dive through your neuroses.
I've been a diabolical supervillain through most.
We have to dive through your neuroses, itemized, and then every single time we
when I tried to do right, I just ended up with the wrong fucking people. So
man, look,
why does that always happen though? Like, why is it when you actually try to do the right thing?
And that's the thing, and that's the
worst people take advantage of you.
That's the pressure that comes into being in a successful long relationship. People ask you how you do it. I'm like, bruh, go out there and fail. I don't know how to tell you how to make a relationship last. You just got to go out there and fail a lot. Well, there is no textbook for this.
So I just saw a study that said that if you've had more than 5 partners.
Okay.
And then you get married.
Okay.
You have a 25% chance of it succeeding. Which means there's a 75% chance fail rate.
Not good numbers.
I mean, fuck, it's already at 50% with
the number goes up with the less partners you've had.
The less partners, the number goes up. The
fail
rate.
Go ahead, CJ. Go ahead. I know where you're going. Go ahead. He's putting it in.
Yeah. And apparently, the fail rate goes up based on how many partners you've had. So if you've had more partners, there's a higher chance that your marriage will fail. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I ain't been home too much, but you know, I've had my runs.
How do you quantify that? By asking people how many people they slept with, and then ask them if they're divorced or not. Really?
I can't remember how many fucking people I've slept with. Like,
yeah, of course.
I haven't kept the fucking tally mark. I don't.
You play a guitar. What are you talking about? Of course, you can't count those many people. How many fucking notes are there in the world, you motherfucker? That's how many. That's how many. If you play an instrument, you just fucking times that by 100.
Right, but like...
Probably.
A lot of people play instruments, man.
Theoretically.
That's what I say. A lot of people play instruments.
Don't all lives matter this. You already know the point I'm trying to make, CJ. That's not all that. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
And that's how we say I love you.
Nah, I hate your ass so much.
All right, Jizzle, you've been watching The Sandman.
Halfway through, about halfway, maybe.
How much do you like it?
It's dope. It's actually really fucking good. I was surprised, like, at how good it was, because I didn't read anything other than that Neil Gaiman was really involved in it. Mm-hmm. So that gave me some optimism, like, at least creatively, I know it'd be good, but Netflix might cheap out on, like, no, they spent a fuck ton of money on it. Like, it looks great. Like, it looks really great. Like, they spent M's, and they said reportedly maybe like $15 million per episode or something. Like, they threw some bread at. I was just like, what the fuck? And I'm really into it. Like, I haven't read a lot of Sandman, the comics. I barely dipped my toes in, and I just haven't had time to keep up with such an intricate comic. But, like, the people that I know that love the comics say it's a great adaptation. They say it's very faithful. They say it's casted well. Yeah. Everyone's like, I mean, I'm really into it. It's a very few show that's so different. You know, it's like, it's so weird and different, but like...
I didn't know they were a part of the DC universe.
Yeah, that is technically a DC character. Yeah, Sandman.
And that shit's crazy, because, like, in, like, there was like some stuff that happens in the show and in the comic because they're like parallel. Like you said, it happens kind of exactly the same way.
It's a pretty faithful adaptation. I haven't read the whole
and
comic. But...
DC characters like Superman and Batman are like involved in the storyline, but you know they can't be a part of it.
On the outside,
like they're actually inside of this shit. That shit is crazy. Yes. And what strand is that?
Neapolitan Space Cream.
Neapolitan Space Cream.
$30.
$30. Now, if you're, you know,
can't advertise that. Edit that out. Redacted.
Redacted. Redacted.
But thanks, Grow West.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like if you're tired of like going to your plug and be like, hey man, you got some gas? Like,
yeah, go
like,
get your fucking medical card.
What is it called? I don't know. It's weed. You know, you don't feel like pulling up on this nigga at a gas station with crackheads walking all around you. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, get a medical card. You know.
If you're tired of not having a plug.
Yeah.
Right? The fucking
you tired
of unreliable
having a nigga try to connect you to another nigga that got it, then y'all gotta go get it and bring it back and then break him off something because he took you over there. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
We'll give you a receipt.
You get a receipt.
You get loyalty points.
At a storefront.
There's discounts.
And it's not illegal.
There's flash sales.
Yes.
Yeah, there are flash sales.
There literally are flash sales.
You're welcome.
Oh, just Disney Plus is about to start doing ads.
What, like mandatory ads? Like
yeah.
What?
And then no ads. Yeah, pay for the no ads. No.
I have to pay extra for no ads?
Yeah.
So wait, you're
are they
paying
gonna
for
do like wait, are they gonna do like Netflix and be like there's a cheaper tier with ads? Mm-hmm. Or are you saying they're gonna forcibly
cheaper tier with ads.
Okay.
Expensive tier without it.
But I'm on the expensive tier now is what you're saying. The one with no ads. Because that's how Netflix is on it. Netflix is adding ads, but they're like, if you already pay for Netflix, there's going to be a cheaper version of Netflix with ads.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's actually good.
Yeah, so it's just like
people.
Yeah, so like I'm cool if they do that, but if they force me to watch ads now on Disney Plus, I will be irate and probably
they can't make
unsubscribe. Yeah, okay.
They can't make nobody do that. But yeah, they are coming up with another tier for ads because apparently they need it because their subscribership is not what they wanted to be, so they're trying to make more money with ads.
All of them are struggling because their model of getting subscribers doesn't really work because they get a bunch of subscribers, but then they can't get new subscribers, and that's what all of them are struggling with. Even Netflix, where we're talking about with Stranger Things. Stranger Things 4, incredibly successful, amazing, but everyone who was watching that already had a fucking Netflix account. Because like if you're watching Stranger Things 4, you're probably seeing Stranger Things 3, 2, or 1.
Yeah.
Which means you already had Netflix.
Yeah.
Which means you're already in the shit. Which means they're not making new money. All those people who are like, it got so many views, but all them niggas were already subscribers. That's not new money for Netflix. So like, that's their issue. They're not making new subscribers. Like, all the people that they're, even when they have a great show, it's like, I already got the shit.
Well, I'm like, with a lot of they shit have ended already, like Ozark, and then Stranger Things is about to end, and Lock and Key just came back for season 3. I think they're over now. I'm like, what are the reasons, like, why are you here, subscribers, right? Like, because some niggas, they only here for Ozark. Some niggas, they only here for Stranger Things. So what is going to be the new linchpins if everything else is ended already? And we can't really say what that is going to be because it's so up in the air right now.
I don't know what they're going to do after Stranger Things, bro.
It's
going to be dark times.
Oh, Cobra Kai time. Cobra Kai.
That's good. It's got a big subscriber base. You know, people fuck with it, but is that enough to carry Netflix?
Fuck no. No. And then after that, what's next? Nothing. So what are we doing? These fucking one-off movies every week?
With stock documentaries and shit?
Yeah.
Which I'm going to watch when I go, but like, you know.
Yeah, I like to watch that. Yeah. But, yeah. They're running up prices. Discovery Plus is a fucking mess right now. Whatever they're doing over there.
I don't have that shit. Like, what's on Discovery Plus? What the fuck am I even getting?
That's basically HBO Max all them over there. They're having a nightmare, like a.
Well, they were late to the party.
Yes.
Right? Who even gives a fuck? Discovery Plus, like nigga,
No,
like,
that's DCEU and all them. That's Discovery Plus because they're.
What, isn't that HBO Max?
Yeah, that's them. That's them over there.
But isn't HBO Max already an app? Like I'm confused with why.
Now they're trying to make a big fucking app now, and of course they're going to charge us some butt fucking money because it's just what they do. But they cancel a lot of shows, cancel a lot of movies. They're just a nightmare over that side, and Discovery.
See how they did Batgirl, and then they got Ezra Miller over here terrorizing the country, and they're just like, how the fuck are we gonna make a Flash movie when this man's like...
Just let it go. Just New Mutants.
Well, like I say, you saw the recent news where they have 3 options left for Ezra Miller. They said he's been in therapy, and then he's been like with his mom apparently lately to try to... So they're going to do an interview with him where he basically just apologizes for everything with his mom, saying he's getting help, he's in therapy. And that's the first option. The second option is they're gonna he's just not gonna be in the promo for the movie. They're just gonna be like Flash, and he's just not gonna be at the premiere, and they're just gonna be like, this man's wilding. He's getting therapy, and they're just gonna be like, this nigga just can't be at the premiere. Like, it's too bad of a look. He's just. And the third option, they said they're just gonna like fucking scrap the whole movie, where it's just like that would be unprecedented. That'd be worse than the Batgirl, where they wasted, that was at $80 million down the drain. This will be about $200 million down the drain for the studio if they scrap the movie, because it's like done. It's like the movie's done, but and he's in all of it. Like, he's the main character, and he plays multiple characters. He plays multiple versions of himself from the multiverse. So like, he might be the villain of the movie as well. Like, he's in too much of it to be like, let's just take Ezra Miller out the movie. Like, impossible.
Doug Michael Keaton up.
It's like impossible. We can't just take him out the movie. It's just like he's in too much of the movie at this point. So like we have to scrap the whole movie. And that's the Batgirl said that they said they're gonna get a tax credit for it, which is ruthless as fuck. But like Jesus, like it's like this movie's so bad, we rather just get the tax break from it. We just go on bucket like, God damn, how bad was it? Like how bad? Like who saw this and was just like, this can't be seen by the.
Hey man, look. If Morbius came out,
that's what I'm saying. Like, if a Morbius got out to theaters, how bad was this background?
Morbius happened, okay, and people went to go see it.
Even I follow like John Campea, and people have like sources in the movie industry. It's like everyone who screened the Batgirl was just like,
no,
oh Lord, this is bad. Like, so just like, so the fact the executive saw this is like, this cannot get out. Like, we spent $80 million already. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, let's just get a tax credit for it. Like, we'll literally shelf the whole thing. Throw it in the trash. Burn the film. Like, just get rid of it. It's done so. Oh, you're doing it to a Latina Batwoman. Like, look, that's super fucked up. And I feel bad for the actress. Not her fault. She didn't write the script for that shitty ass movie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She probably was just doing her best. But at the same time, like, you don't want that shit movie to come out and you be the, like, Catwoman of the you know what I'm saying? Just be like, this is the worst piece of shit that's ever come out. Like, I don't know.
The
like,
Catwoman.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm just can't imagine how bad that movie had to be because I know how corporations work, and they don't like to light $80 million on fire and just be like,
no.
You know what? Let's just throw this whole project out. Like it's almost done. Like we're doing like reshoots and like getting ready to promote it. Like. All of it.
It's over.
All of it.
Excellent.
Reshoots? Like, no. We're not reshooting anything. It's just done. So, like, they said they're going in a whole new direction where they want to do big theatrical movies and they want to rebuild the brand of, like, Superman, Batman, like, because they do have the most recognizable superheroes on planet Earth in DC Comics, and they just don't know what the fuck to do with them. They don't, Superman movie franchise in limbo, Batman, we get a new Batman every 5 years. It's cool. The last one was good, but, like, Batman's been carrying DC for 30 years.
By himself.
They have literally the most recognizable female superhero in Wonder Woman. They just never do anything with her. Like, she had one good, decent movie and one garbage movie.
We don't talk about that movie. We don't talk about that movie. Yeah.
How long did it take them to make the movie? How about that's a bigger point? It's like you've been sitting on Wonder Woman. That could have been gold for you guys for so long, and it took y'all till 2000 what?
I don't even remember when that shit came out, but like it wasn't that long ago. Like where the first Wonder Woman came out.
Is it true that the new season of Bleach is coming out on Disney Plus?
I don't know if that was true. I saw some news about that. I did see some news about some collaboration between Bleach and Disney, but like, it would be cool. It's random as fuck. Where I was like, what?
It's really random.
Oh, no.
I've just been seeing it. I'm like,
but there's
how does this work?
No anime on Disney from what
exactly
other than Star Wars Vision. So like, I don't know. I don't know how that would fit, but interesting collaboration. The mouse and
they told me that the internet never lies, man.
I did remember scrolling through something like that earlier as well, saying there was some sort of collaboration between Bleach and Disney.
And now that my phone has heard it, my phone will start showing me stuff about it for sure.
Your FBI agent's like, he needs to know.
Yeah, I was like, how did that go out on my radar?
Right.
Like, you were like, I was literally
feed right now.
It doesn't make sense to me either. But yeah, that's what's going on.
Well, you know how I feel about Bleach.
Don't do it. Don't.
That was one of the first animes to break my heart. Where it's just like I loved it. It was my favorite thing. Until then I realized like this fucking sucks. Like this sucks. This sucks ass. The writing in this is
it's bad.
Fucking awful. This isn't going anywhere.
No, it's going.
And then it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. So the man just gave up on the comic.
Yeah. Because it went on for too long.
Yeah, and then he had some beef with Shonen Jump, and whatever beef they had spilled over into the creative route. The art suffered, because that was the one thing about Kubo's art. Kubo had some of the most stylish, fucking sharp-ass, drippiest art, drippiest character designs. By the end of Bleach, this man was like, submit. I was like, what the I can't even tell what's going on. These are scribbles. And he just like, this man just literally stopped. He phoned it in to the umpteenth degree, which is like, you ain't paying me, or whatever the dispute was with Shonen Jump. This man was like, I don't give a fuck about this anymore. And it's just like, I really love this. We're just not gonna. What's up with Ichigo? You know, I love these characters, and it just like, and then it turned out I feel like the whole time, like, not to disrespect Kubo, but like, he was never a great writer. He was never a great writer. He's a great artist. He's a great character designer. He's a great.
I feel like
the first 2 arcs are great, but like beyond that.
100% that. Yeah, as soon as they got past
Soul Society, like the Soul Society arc, it was just a.
I feel like Bleach would have done a lot better if it pulled like a Fully Cooley or like a Gurren Lagann. You don't need to have a bunch of episodes. You just tell the story and then end it and then be done. And it would have told the greatest story ever. This man Ichigo would have been the GOAT. GOAT tier, easily.
Soul Society, you end that shit right after Soul Society. Just like end that shit.
Yeah, done. Well, they didn't.
Still gotta get the Waco Mundo arc, nigga.
That wasn't good. It wasn't good though.
Hey, but you gotta get it though. You gotta get it. You gotta go through it. Goddammit.
Develop in order to not have any bearing in the end.
What character developed? What character in all of Bleach developed?
It was like watching a Caterpie turn into a Butterfree and then knowing you still had a Charizard the whole time.
I still am asking the question. What character developed in Bleach? Name me one character that developed.
Okay.
Erwichi.
Okay. Let me revise the statement.
She developed from a humanoid.
The character developed. I would say
from a cat to a humanoid.
That they had a lot of characters to power scale against. They had a lot of characters to power scale against, for sure.
That was the problem with Bleach. There's too many characters. He kept introducing characters, and we didn't develop any of the characters we had. So we had all these characters. He's like, we have 13 captains. Oh, that's a lot of characters. And vice captains.
Wow, that's a lot of characters
that's
too.
That's like 26 new characters to introduce. And this person. Ichigo's got all these friends. Okay. Some of them have power, some don't. Wait. Let's go to Hoiko Mundo. All the Arrancar have numbers. It's like 10 of these niggas.
Arrancar.
Then there's more of them. They got sub-niggas and sub-niggas. Niggas with other, like...
Power scaling.
It's 45 characters in this fucking show right now.
Right.
I don't know anything about any of this.
Some of them died. Some of them
didn't care. Because I was like, I don't know you.
Well.
Wait. Another thing. I'm sorry. We got to get to this. We go through this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What are the stakes in Bleach? Are they dead already?
All right, God damn it. Okay, no, so, we're not doing this. We're not doing this with Bleach right now.
I know what it is. I just also think it's pathetic. It was for Rukia originally. It was like, hey, I met this girl randomly. because I have powers. Well, my power level is high enough that I can
had to save his
spirits.
sister, motherfucker. That's what he had to do.
Nigga,
he had to save his sister. That's all he was trying to do.
By obtaining these powers, and then he had these powers, and then they got swiped from him. And Rukia left? Like, just let Rukia go away. Okay, power's gone. Show over.
Well,
3 episodes.
Where Rukia leaves, and then she gets kidnapped, and then...
He'll even end up with Rukia.
Hime gets kidnapped.
And, well, hold on. Goes with the better waifu, to be fair. To be fair, she's the... Orihime is definitely the better waifu. But then Rukia's kind of a bitch. Anyway.
Hime was pointless.
Hold on,
worse than Sakura.
Nah, not at all worse than Sakura. She had her purpose. It was just short-lived. Sakura had no purpose. The whole sequence of Naruto could have finished without Sakura. All of it.
Yeah, she came up at the end like, I'm important, and everyone's like,
no, are you?
Stan.
Not really.
We don't really need you.
Stan.
All right, you
I mean, we're the twins. We're the reincarnated.
You're like, the two of us are the reincarnation. We're literally talking to the fucking... God,
Ashura and Indra.
Yeah, like this nigga's like,
Ashura and Indra.
FIYASquad bylaws.
What?
Look what Sasuke did. Brought his side y'all to the final battle. Why you do that, Sasuke?
That's his wife. Did they get
what?
married?
And then he,
no.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
he
he
said
did.
a kid? Yeah.
They had a kid.
They got
married.
They had a kid. That don't mean they got married.
They got married.
He barely even talked to that
He's a
bitch.
shitty husband.
He barely even talked to that bitch. Hey, yo.
He's an absent husband.
Hey, yo. Is Sasuke from the DMV? All right. Is there anything else y'all want to...
He does wear do-rags.
All right. Let's go black.
I've seen him wear a do-rag.
Yo.
Hey, yo. Is there anything else you guys want to fucking tackle? I think we tackled a lot.
We did.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We have to do a dab before we leave, though.
Okay, for sure.
We have to do a dab. What are we doing now?
Do some rosin or something.
Do some rosin, folks. Because we love you. Shouts to Puffco. Shouts to Evermore. Shouts to Grow West. Shouts to King and Queens. Shouts to Modern Flower.
Nature's Heritage. We're going to be doing reviews soon.
Yeah.
Please improve your rosin.
Jesus. You're just going to call him out like that?
Well, yeah.
This is not going to be the Nature's Heritage shit-on show, but...
Matter of fact,
that's going to be the comment.
for that price cut.
I like a lot of their things, which is why I want them to improve their rosin, because I like their stuff. I like their strains and their flavors they got. But like, that goop was gooping.
Yeah. But it just tasted dry. It tasted like dry, herby.
It was a little lacking in flavor overall. Especially, like, say, if it's that difficult to get it out the jar, I need that thing to be exploding with flavor. And it just wasn't.
On to the segment called What You Watching. I have been watching the remake of A League of Their Own. It's a television series on Prime Video. I think I gave it an 8.7. It's a very good show. Anytime you can make baseball interesting, you get high points, high marks. Sandman is great. Fire, amazing. Can't wait for you to get finished so we can pot about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch. As soon as I go back, I'm gonna keep watching that shit. Sandman is
what else have I been watching? Peaky Blinders is an amazing show. I love Peaky Blinders.
It is, but it got a little stale a little bit.
I didn't get that far yet.
Wait, I have one question. Are there any black people on that show?
Yes.
Okay,
but
one.
Not any
like one.
Not any main
That's the only thing that turned me up. I have this might be the most racist take that I have.
I get it though. I have
a hard time, and I was explaining this to Law. It's like, why don't you like Thor comics? Because I have a hard time enjoying properties that have no black people in them. Just like none, where it's just like pure whiteness. Like,
what if it's pure Asian? Like it's an Asian film.
That's different because that's a different culture. Like a kung fu film. Like,
what if it was from a time where you literally, or a place you would not have seen black people?
feudal Japan?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't expect I'm watching an old samurai film. I don't expect to see, like, a nigga from Compton in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, like, yeah. Like,
otherwise, you kind of end up with, what's that Netflix?
But I get the period piece time of it. And I made that argument, the same argument you're making for Sons of Anarchy, too. And other shows, like, even, like, Breaking Bad and stuff like that.
I mean, neither one of them had black people in it. Really.
Yeah, and I love both of those shows, and they're white as fuck.
And then when Sons of Anarchy did have black people, they did not reference them well.
Until the end, until the very end of the show, when they got the
black
gang, and
they did.
They brought them in. They made a whole storyline about Juice, Dad being black, and all that. It was like
I do remember that
season 6
story
or something that they addressed it.
Basically,
it was like,
they
how
had
white
to
is this?
though because they made it exceptionally white prior to that. So
the first like 3 or 4 seasons is just completely whiteness.
Yeah,
and Juice.
Bro, that shit was
that
shit was crazy. They burnt the nigga tattoos off. I was like, Jesus Christ. Woo!
Mayans got good too. Like I said, Mayans MC, like that
I haven't watched that. I might start watching that.
It got good this last season. It was a little midi. It was a little midi off the spinoff. Like the first couple seasons were like, it's watchable and it's like, it's alright. This last season, it turned up. I was like, I'm in this shit. There were a couple episodes. I was like, oh, whoa.
I will ask you right now, in front of this audience, are you going to watch House of the Dragon?
I will. I'll start it. Different creative team. It was I think they said Miguel Sapochnik or whatever, the dude who did all the good episodes. All of Game of Thrones is in charge of this rather than David.
We should hope.
Bad at the end of the last Game of Thrones. And also this is going off of material that's been finished off the book. The reason Game of Thrones shit the bed is that they diverted from the books because the books weren't finished. Like, this is going off of books that are done. This is going off of, like, the House, the Dragon books, and like, I've read all those books. I have them on, like, Audible and whatever. So it's like, you can't really fuck this up. Just stick to the books, and you'll be good. Get the best director. He's a showrunner. Good. That means I know the direction of the show is going to be fine. Follow the books. Can't fuck this up. That's why the first season of 5 seasons of Game of Thrones are GOAT tier TV. Yeah. Follow the fucking books. Shit will go groovy. You stop following the books, you shat the bed with diarrhea. Like, that's what they did at the end of the fucking show. So, my thing is just keep it simple. That's my thing with adaptation. Sandman. This is such a great show. They're following the fucking amazing books. A critically acclaimed comic. Yeah. They're following those. Yeah, how about you just do that? Seems like an easy formula for success.
Like, bro, wait till you. I can't even fucking say. I can't even talk about Sandman because you haven't finished it. That shit is crazy, dog.
Yeah, let me start it over because I think I've been catching glimpses of it and I haven't really been watching it and paying attention. But the parts that I did see were good. I just want to start it from the beginning so I really understand what's happening.
Bro, that shit is crazy.
High level ideas and shit. Some Neil Gaiman shit. Oh, it's rousing.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Is that one of the blue cookies or? Nice.
One of my favorite things, like I told Jizzle earlier, I do like watching like shows about mythology and deities or whatever. Hold on. Yeah, it does taste good. Yeah. But I do like seeing different depictions of what people think Lucifer is like.
Yeah, and angels and stuff. That's why, like, Evangelion's a big thing to me. Like, me and Tariq were talking about this the other day, where it's like, the biblical description of angels are fucking terrifying. Yeah. And Evangelion was the first thing to visualize that for me. It was like, the enemy monsters that were horrifying. Like, they're called angels. And I was just like, that is an angel? Holy shit, that would be scary. Like, when an angel descended to earth, I would shit my pants.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I would just be like, oh my God. Like, and all of them were like that. Even got like inhuman kind of like, just like, like.
And they hated us.
They didn't even necessarily hate us. I'm Evangelion. That's like my top anime of all time.
They tried to kill us, bro. They tried to kill us so many times.
Well, it's because we took the fucking Adam. Humanity and took the fucking, they had Lilith underground Nerve. They were trying to get the Nerve and get the fucking
that shit.
Thing that fucking Gendo's like the worst dad of all time in anime.
Yeah. For sure.
Anime's worst dad.
No.
That is absolutely anime's worst dad.
I will argue that there's some bad dads in anime too, bro. Like, I'm just saying, like, Gendo Ikari? Bro. Getting the robot, 12-year-old bitch. What? Like, I don't know what's happening. Save the world. Fight that terrifying thing and this other terrifying thing.
Now,
you pussy ass bitch.
I see your Gendo, but I raise you the father from Full Metal.
Oh, Tucker? Fuck. Yeah. You know what?
I'm just saying.
You know what? As a father of a daughter, you might be right.
Yeah, and for, like, his reason behind it.
Yeah, it's like that shit. Like, for the bread? For the bread?
To maintain the damn bread? What the hell, dude? You couldn't just do something else?
Gonna have to turn... And the dog! The double trifecta, like, you combined your daughter and the dog, like... That's still all time. Full Metal Alchemist is still, like, yeah... It's one of the greatest anime for a reason, yeah. It's wild, but it's also one of the GOATs for a reason. But, like, that shit that made you want to kill a fictional character, like, can I kill him? Can I fucking get through the screen and choke this man out? And then in the original, this is why I was talking about the difference between Brotherhood, the happy ending. And, like, have you guys seen the original Full Metal Alchemist?
I knew that it was different.
It's one of the darkest pieces of fucking anime I've ever seen. Sho Tucker shows back up in that, unlike the original where he's dead and gone, like, when Scar kills him. In this show, he shows up as a fucking upside down face chimera who talks like this the entire time.
What I remember. That shit was so creepy.
Yes, and it's like, I was like, oh my god, his face is up, like, someone kill him. Like, I'm so fucking... This nigga already, like, why is he... Why is this happening?
Why indeed?
I have to explain this to other people, too. It's like, you remember the Brotherhood where the ending is, like, they all get their happy ending, and Ed marries Winry, and he gets his limbs back, and Al gets his body back. Yeah. You know what happens in the original Full Metal Alchemist? They end up in real-world Nazi Germany. Our Nazi Germany, with no powers... separated from all their friends in a world with just like, we used to be able to do magic and whimsical, like, Hitler is here now, and we have to, like, try to just survive off bread in the worst time to ever be in our real world. And then they come back, and then the ending is just like, first Ed is there on his own at the end of the series, and the happy ending at the end of the movie is him and his brother are both stranded in Nazi Germany away from their friends and family with no powers and with no arm. He lost his arm again, so he's got no fucking arm in Nazi Germany and no nothing. And it's just like, well, at least I have my brother, but like everything else is shitty as fuck, bro. Like, so you'll never see Winry or like grandma or your family. Like, nope. None of our friends. Like, nope. Mustang and nope. Never see him again.
The struggle goes on.
So at least you're getting a happy ending in this world. Like, nope, we're in Nazi Germany. Right at the height of Nazi shit. Like, oh, fuck.
Shit.
And that's the end of the original Full Metal Alchemist. It's like, why is this so sad? Like, this is terrible.
I like animes like that, though. That just increasing.
Devilman Crybaby. I love it.
Berserker. Like,
fucking Berserk. Yeah, just Berserk. Or even just Ed's story in that jump where it's just like, wait a minute, dog. Like, you did all this, sacrifice yourself to end up in Nazi Germany with no powers. Niggas are like, fuck, like, this is terrible. Like, you did, and the thing with his father was so much darker too, where it's just like, oh, you were just like, the basis for the philosophy was like, no, I was the bad guy. Like, we genocided civilizations forever, me and this other lady, and all this, like, good God, like, your dad was into some shit, like, and then he's just like, no, I'm just gonna die, like, I've done so much evil shit, just take me, Jesus, take me. Like, he just like, this man just gave up. This man was just like, I've done so much evil shit, I kind of deserve whatever's about to happen to me, bro, it's cool. It's just like, yo, this Full Metal Alchemist, the original, is wild as fuck. No one talks about it anymore since everyone's like, Brotherhood was a masterpiece, but like, the original one was a dark, twisted masterpiece. Yeah. Like, that shit was sick as fuck. Like, whoever, those anime original niggas were just like, I'm depressed, let's get it. Yeah. Like,
if it's drawn in that little 90s art form, they were probably depressed.
They was like, I'm depressed as fuck, let's get it. Everyone's dying. Who's surviving? Like, nope, no happy endings. Like, he's in love with Winry, he's never gonna see her again. ever. Just fucking, he's gonna die in Nazi Germany. No family and friends.
I love
no arms.
Stories like that, like, because it's not always a happy ending in life. Like, you know, sorry to end on a somber note, but it's more realistic to me if shit doesn't end the way you expect it. You know, you watch a sports movie and the team doesn't win. That's realistic. You tried.
And again, that's another reason I was going back to the X-Men, why I love this era X-Men. When I was reading Judgment Day and I watched an Eternal basically split Exodus in half and like split him open, it was just like, I forgot how hardcore they can be now that the mutants are kind of immortal. It's like they can come back and they could just do some gangster ass shit like that. Just be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do that in a regular comic.
Fuck no.
But now we have the implications of like the mutants can live forever. That's why I hate that they're not gonna like they might not embrace that in the MCU. I know they can't go as hard as some of the comics, but like Krakoa is such a grand idea. It's like the X-Men they're finally different because they never made sense in Marvel. Like X-Men have always been my favorite since the '90s show.
You know what?
I'm a '90s kid, but it never made sense. Like they're hated and feared. Niggas are spitting on mutants, but like they love Spider-Man and fucking Captain Marvel and all these people. How they in the Fantastic Four? How do they know that they're not mutants? Like that doesn't make any sense. So, like,
here's why.
Hey, fuck you, Wolverine, but we love you, Reed Richards. It's like wait, or we love the Thing, but we in the Hulk, but we hate fucking Cyclops. He looks more normal than them niggas. Like what the fuck?
Here's why I'm not surprised that they're not going Krakoa era right now. Because how many times have we seen Spider-Man's origin story on film?
Too many. They don't even do it anymore. The fact that we've seen it, so they assume.
No, they're going to do it again in Spider-Man freshman year. Whatever the fuck that is.
That's an alternate thing, so that can be an alternate origin. But they didn't do his origin in the MCU because like we've seen that shit, bro. Like, and we've seen, and that goes back to my argument again. Like we've seen the mansion. We've seen a mansion of gifted youngsters in upstate New York. How many times have we seen that since the 1960s?
We've seen Batman.
You know what's different? A fucking
killed.
Living island that they live on with their own island, culture and language and laws and fucking apocalypse and all the villains living with them.
That's just what I'm saying. I'm not surprised why we haven't. They were like,
it's ambitious. It's big ideas. Hickman is a genius. Like
that's too much for them niggas to process right now.
And Hickman's about to get that money anyway, because guess what they're adapting? Secret Wars, 2016. Hickman's big Marvel event. That was awesome because that's going to be the basis of their whole MCU going for the next till 2025 or whenever that shit comes out.
Yeah, in 2020.
So it's like that's fucking Hickman, like Hickman's Secret Wars event. That was so fucking awesome. Guess who did House and Powers of X? Jonathan fucking Hickman. Like the man's he's good at writing shit. Man's good at writing comics, bro. Like House and Powers of X is like revolutionary to X-Men. What it has done to be like upstate New York, Westchester school to like immortal gods living on a sentient island and just switching that from the status quo from that to that in like 12 issues of comics of retconning the history, weaving like reworking what Cerebro even is, like things like that. Like the retcons are genius. Reworking what Moira McTaggart is, reworking Destiny and her powers. Like he just did some of the most genius retconning that's ever been done. Of like, oh, Cerebro, it's not just a thing that locates mutants. It's like a hard drive that backs up your consciousness. So it backs up your brain. So if you put that brain in a body that we can clone via all these other mutants that we're going to explain in detail, how do you make a clone body? So you get Egg to make the fucking fibers, and then you get Proteus to do this, and you get them to age. It's like, oh, you really thought this out. And then it's just like, all right. And then that consciousness is Cerebro put that back in the fucking, so they make a perfect body of like, say I died yesterday. And they'll be like, so we need a body of CJ that is 31 years old, this, age, this, body type. They make that, then my consciousness may have been backed up 3 days ago. So I might lose 2 days of memory. But my consciousness gets backed up every once in a while, just like a regular computer hard drive. So it's like, boom, put my consciousness in that shit. I wake up to my last backup. So I just be like, the last time I was backed up, my last save data, basically. So I'm going to pop out that Egg with a new body, Xavier or Hope or Emma or whatever's telepath is there. Mm-hmm. They're gonna put my hard, my backup from Cerebro in my shell of my clone body, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, boom, I'm back. Like, all right, bitch, and then like, boom, we at it again, and like that's how the mutants are like rocking immortality. So it's like there is a price. They even were talking about that in Judgment Day. Again, very good comic where like Exodus kills one of the big Eternals that's killing Krakoa. Exodus just goes hard. He's like a religious zealot, Omega mutant. So he goes into the giant Eternal, and he's just about to just self-destruct, just explode with all his psychic energy. And the Eternal's last thought was just like, wait a minute, I'm a sentient being. Please, God, don't kill me. And then like he kills the jump. He doesn't remember that, but the Eternals also get resurrected. Eternals remember everything. So that jump came out with a super grudge, like, nigga, I begged for mercy, and you murdered me, so bet. Round 2, I'm about to fuck you up. Exodus comes back, but he only comes back to his last backup. So he's just like, someone killed me in battle, what happened? And they can explain what happened, like, hey, yo, you went to Eternal, you blew up, that shit was awesome. But he doesn't know the context of, like, this thing was actually sentient. This thing that looked like a big robot that I killed was actually sentient. Begged for mercy, was like, please, God, like, I don't want to do this. I'm being forced to do this. Please don't kill me. I killed it anyway. I don't remember that, but it does. So the next time it sees me, I'm just like, yeah, I'm back. And that junk just like immediately bisects him. Just zoom. Exodus is dead again. They're just like, oh, fuck. And just like, well, Eternals might have an advantage in their immortality because, like, there's a little gap in our shit. And it's just like, he didn't remember the context of his death of, like, maybe I shouldn't have did this.
Eternals 2, you excited? Chloe Zhao is coming back to direct Eternals 2. She's getting another shot at it.
Eternals was alright. It was alright. I don't like how the rest of the MCU has not touched it since it's come out though. Where it's just like, isn't there a giant space god like coming out the Earth in the Pacific Ocean?
Yes and no.
And like no one's touched on that since then. Like no one's even like that's not a big deal.
Yes anymore. And no.
No one's noticed that.
Yeah, so that's what we're watching. So 4, Puffco.
Oh, this should have still been potting. Or we was just talking.
Oh, that's the beauty of podcasts, man. We can just talk.
Shit still going?
Yeah. 4, Puffco. 4, Fight God himself. 4, Dab Daddy Don. Thank you for joining us on a new episode. Subscribe everywhere people listen to stuff with their ears and their hearts. Tell someone you love them, gang.
FSOD. Burn up.
FSOD. FSOD.